He's not so drunk as much experiencing a different state of mind.
Like, this is his default state of being. Although, given the fact that he has body 10, it takes a lot, and he's a troll, it takes a lot to get him drunk, like, properly drunk. So...
Oh, that big...
Bull is just a flimsy elf with a flimsy elf liver.
You poor thing. Yeah. Kosh is... Yeah, he's not going to bother changing into his full body armor because he's almost at the same level of effectiveness in what he's wearing now. So yeah, he's just strolling up, dumping his double bags one on top of the other, and sit down. Yeah, a little pyramid, two on the bottom, one on the top.
Jimmy comes in, the hover tank. We're driving the hover tank, are we? Or we're in the hover tank?
You're in the hover tank.
Okay, Jimmy puts down the backpack and sports bag, but keeps the insanely large business suitcase with him at his side always. And since is the hover tank on?
It's currently active. Yes, they're doing a engine turbine test while you're loading up. It's not hovering yet, but it's close.
If you make a hearing perception test, I'll tell you something in Skype. If you don't want to, all you. You have the option.
Kosh isn't paying enough attention at this point to make a perception test. He doesn't care.
What I imagine.
8Ball's just trying to get a little bit of sleep. And to help with that, by the way, I am going to stick a couple of earbuds in my ears.
Okay, do you have select sound filter on those?
I do not, but I am just going to play some soothing music, which probably won't help me at all.
Probably not. So the one thing about the hover tank is that it is definitely not the luxurious accommodations that you stepped off of in that airplane. The space is much more cramped. The cockpit area is actually closed off and armored. It is separate from the cargo compartment in which you are in. You notice that there are additional belts and with the safety harnesses that would reach down to secure your baggage, because you don't want it flying about the cabin when this thing takes off. And as the turbines spin up and spin down to do the test, you feel the deck plates under your feet vibrate. All in all, this is going to be very loud and uncomfortable.
Jimmy feels at home.
Make sure that the quick release on her belts work.
Yeah. I just don't say I'm feeling at home. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Okay.
Jimmy feels it.
All of the belts and all the harnesses are in top working order. You can tell that the crew of this particular flying tank takes very special pride in their maintenance.
MS is all the happier for it.
Good man.
And
Its name is Susie.
It will be Susie from now on.
Really, because Frantic rode one named Susie in Kenya. Kenya and Nairobi.
Uganda.
Continue
on.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, Uganda.
So,
you mad?
not long after everybody gets settled in and strapped in, somebody will come into the cargo area, and judging by the gear that they're wearing and the pistol on their hip, they are part of the crew, and is doing a quick ready check to make sure everybody's strapped in tightly. And
other things, they check the harness.
oh yes, and they're
Kostchtchie probably
sure.
isn't strapped in properly.
What's that?
Kostchtchie probably isn't strapped in properly since he's never been in something like this before, ever.
Probably not, and the crew member will take special care to make Kostchtchie is actually strapped in properly, because otherwise he's going to be flying against the back of the bulkheads, and it's not so much him that they're worried about, it's the property damage, because that shit's expensive to go.
Is this guy, like, full armored, like we can't see his face or anything?
You can see the lower half of her face, but basically the flight helmet that she's wearing has the eye shades over, so you can see basically nose and mouth, which is good because when she's talking, she's enunciating every word so you can read her lips. And
As 8-Ball is tucked in, he leans forward and says, "You're cute."
Shut your mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I roll
He kinda leans back.
etiquette mercenary to see if I could like properly greet them and make sure that they know that I know what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that check.
Probably just the fact that you're already strapped in properly will do that.
Yeah, just letting them do their thing and being quiet about it is usually good merc code.
Oh.
I'm a professional, I recognize
Then
we're
I'm not gonna
professional.
bother and just-
Let's be professionals, yeah. It is usually how it goes. Unless they're fucking crazy.
That's pretty much what Frantic is doing. I'm not gonna be a complete dick about it. I have to go get some food, so
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Yeah.
8-Ball, somehow managed to like tie his hands up in his seatbelt, and he's also managed to lose part of it somewhere. He has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, as she
You guys didn't even.
How does Buckle go in O?
comes over to check
You
Jim.
haven't spent much time around ladies. Go ahead.
No, okay. As she comes over to check on Jimmy, he puts down the briefcase and lets her check, and then after she's done, he picks up the briefcase on his lap, secures it tightly
Okay.
with his arms.
Mm-hmm. And what's in that briefcase?
No auto character?
Uh-huh.
As I said, it's a
GM.
really fucking big briefcase because it houses my security armor.
Okay. That's fine.
Ah.
His security blanket, in short.
I need Mr. Swoggalos at night, otherwise Jimmy can't sleep.
It's okay, I named my guns.
Bitch, I did too. Subtility and finesse. And the final solution. Which I will name drop a fuck ton.
So,
Finesse and finesse.
Mine's Jose and Hose B.
continuing on,
Continuing on.
because, yes.
Once everybody is strapped in, the crew member will actually plug her helmet into. There's a microphone jack that's near the front door, and she comes up over the loudspeaker and lets you know that it's going to be another probably 3 hours. Don't expect to be comfortable. We're going low and fast. There's been some reports of some guys with heavy anti-aircraft weaponry who are looking to make a big score, and we're using one of the more well-known routes. So sit down, shut up, try not to puke. If you do, you're cleaning it up, and we'll be on the ground as soon as we can. And with that,
As she
Frantic's
says that,
just gonna go, understood, man.
as she says that, Jimmy holds up his hand, kindergarten style, and waits for her to question him. If she doesn't, Jimmy just says, "So are we expecting combat? If so, I need to change. If not, then never mind."
you'll be fine. I'm not strapped. We're getting ready to leave right now. If you haven't been able to do it now, you're not doing it.
Well, I
Let's
guess
be
it's too
perfectly
late
honest
then.
here, If we get attacked, we're probably not going to really matter if we're in armor.
Hey, those four die matter against an ion cannon. I'll have you know.
I'm not hearing anything that guy says. Someone isn't coming through at all.
Mike, check 8-Ball.
Who is
No,
that?
It's Echo.
It's reverb.
I think it's very off that that's swooping. Test. Okay.
That seems to be
Couldn't be
very
me because I'm using headphones, so even if it was picking up extra audio, you guys wouldn't hear it.
Me too. Headphones here as well.
It could be me because my shitty internet, but I've been trying to mute it while I eat so you guys don't hear me chew and shit.
that being said, she flips out one of those fold-out jump seats and also gets the doors closed up, and then sits down and straps in, and then thumps 3 times on the bulkhead behind her. Right after that happens, you feel the engines spool up and vibrations increase until all you can hear is the engines and the sound of your own thoughts. And if I could get composure rolls from the group here, they're about to take off.
I can do that.
Alright.
Oh god, I fucking hope Jimmy doesn't
Composure rolls
critically.
from
Everybody.
The whole group.
I really hope Jimmy doesn't fail this, because that would be so not Jimmy.
Oh crap, what is that?
Oh,
Well,
Yes! Jimmy's still a professional, fuck you guys.
Kostchtchie gives no fucks.
Oh shit. I am the one who knocks.
No, the missiles will be the one that knocks.
So remember, you are in Albuquerque, and this is a spirit of man, and spirits of man and MS have issues.
We have problems because I tell them what to do.
so
They're
one
disposable.
success. Do I puke everywhere?
Yeah, so... There we go. So with a very, very, very sudden burst of acceleration, going from 1 to about 4.5 Gs, before anybody is really prepared for it, this thing basically pops up and then pops straight forward, doing basically a combat takeoff maneuver to get the hell off of the ground. And so anybody who has under 3 successes
God damn
is
it!
going to have issues.
As that happens, 8-Ball is pressed back into his seat. He murmurs something about ludicrous speed and then throws up. Followed by the words plaid and emergency brake.
Don't understand any references because they're so ancient that they're just not in my vocabulary.
Spaceballs. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I, the player, realize it because I'm 40, but
I guess
you know, that's
Frantic
like
is gonna.
ridiculously outdated.
I like Tridios, man.
From the front of the hover tank, you can see the look of disappointment on the crew member's face as the ever-present smell of vomit is now reinforced.
8-Ball
I
gives
will
no
be
fucks what
turning
they
off
think.
my sense of smell.
I wouldn't say
Miss
that.
is glad that she does not currently have
Frantic's
to
gonna sit back in
smell
his seat.
that.
I don't want to say that he pukes.
It's gonna be, you're gonna be feeling extremely nauseous the entire time, and if you puke, you probably feel better.
Yeah. This would be. No, yeah, I'll probably.
Just eat it, man. Just throw up
This would
everywhere.
be. This would be something that he's done before.
If Jimmy doesn't puke,
I don't want to throw up
Uh,
everywhere.
Kostchtchie,
Listen, it doesn't make you less of a man.
Kostchtchie will be pulling out his handkerchief.
Like, yeah, it makes me less of a mercenary in front of the other mercenaries. I'm with my people now. Leave me alone.
Kostchtchie's going to pull out his handkerchief, roll 2 corners into thick nubs, and stuff it up his nose so he doesn't have to smell it.
Alright.
He loses one end of the handkerchief up his nose. Kostchtchie dies.
That's right. Lay low by handkerchief. To the brain. Armor piercing.
You failed your edge roll. You're dead.
Alright, so after about 2 or 3 minutes, the G-forces subside, or alternatively, you actually get used to it enough to where you can probably move very slowly about the cabin. and the disgusted crew member actually bangs 3 more times on the bulkhead, and over the line of the engines, you start hearing the whine of the air scrubbers on the ventilation system, trying to get the smell of vomit and vodka out of the air.
8-ball, like he's had his head between his legs this entire time now since he threw up, and now, as we start to level out and get feeling a little bit better, he leans back, takes a deep breath, and GM, may I assume some of the alcohol is out of my system now?
Yeah, you're wearing it.
Yeah, there we go. Takes a deep breath and says, I feel better.
If we've been traveling for multiple hours, the alcohol will have worn off anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but this is right after we take off here. He pretty much didn't last.
Right.
Yeah. It's just
he threw up
because a human body tends to shake off about 1 standard drink per hour. A 9-foot, 600-pound troll with body can probably go through it a bit faster.
Right, but you're also drinking troll drinks per hour, so it all evens out.
No, the vodka he drinks isn't actually made for trolls. It's just vodka.
No, it's
Talk about your big
volume.
gulp.
It's
Yeah.
volume more than what.
Yes. Yeah.
So
but,
the volume you drink is equal to what a human would have drank.
It just costs you twice as
Therefore,
much.
Yeah. Therefore, whatever he says applies to you as well.
Yes.
For fuck's sake, I wasn't arguing that. I was saying that after the couple of hours of the tank trip is probably worn off, correct?
Once the tank trip has just barely started, so at this
Oh,
point,
okay.
not yet. Like you
I
just
thought
took
you
off,
said-
and 3 people puked because they weren't expecting the sudden shift in G-forces.
Okay, I thought you said it had been longer. Never mind.
I said the trip would take 3 hours.
Yeah, I meant by the end of it, the vodka's probably worn off, right?
By the end of it, probably.
Yeah. Cool.
As Jimmy
So-
as Jimmy he gets used to the G-force, he leans back and goes, "Fuck! I missed my car." And he grips his suitcase even tighter. Actually, nah, never mind. Not yet.
I don't really see Frantic talking all that much during this flight drive thing, whatever the fuck we call it.
T-Bird,
And
Panzer.
Okay.
8-ball's going to continue to try and hit on the crewman, or crew woman, even though he is now covered in his own vomit. But that's pretty much a typical Friday night for him. So, we're good.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, he is exactly where he's always been.
Life in the fast lane. Well, the crew member is not going to be very attentive, as her hand is on the side of the helmet like she's being fed telemetry information the whole time.
Oh, yeah, she can't hear a word he's saying probably over the
No.
noisiness. But he's talking to himself, so it doesn't really matter. He is fine. Again, typical Friday night.
And after about an hour, if people are willing to send the comlink details over to her, she will actually send an AR overlay map. That's basically a topographical map showing their current route, and it's also linked into their radar systems, and so they can see the patrols and other bogeys that they may be narrowly avoiding at the time.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't want that.
I would like to do that as Frantic.
Okay.
8-ball does it as well. Of course, the information is probably meaningless to him.
Jimmy doesn't do
Well-
it.
The nice thing about it for the people who take it is that there are a lot of contacts coded green for unknown. There are a lot of ones that are blue, which are coded friendly. And then there are the hostiles, which are red. And as you come into the 3rd hour, coming in on what amounts to final approach, the flying tank, hover tank, goes into a brush canyon or box canyon to stay, under surface radar. And there are 2 red blips directly ahead.
How big are they? Or is it it's radar based,
Assassinates.
right?
They're large red dots. All of the things you need to know.
How far away are they?
Well, depending on the size, they could be either infantry or giant fucking flying tanks. I just want to know what the radar sees them as what size blip.
Well, any questions like that may be answered as one of the blips fires another blip, which splits into two more blips. And
Oh, it's one of those blips.
it's one of those blips now.
Okay.
And so I will need a. Go ahead and give me a straight body roll
God fucking damn it!
into evasive maneuvers.
Woohoo! I'm gonna puke again.
Yay! It's always a good
Get
day.
you all worked up before you actually get some work done.
Fuck my life. I'm going to itch that.
Kostchtchie gives no fucks.
I'm going to assume that the first blip that was going to connect gets disappeared by my Heisenberg.
Yeah, so Heisenberg gives you the finger again and says he is the danger and disappears.
It's the danger.
And
I love this.
yes, the body roll basically like the entire flying tank shudders and shoots like flat that you get that floating feeling in your stomach as you suddenly drop 10 feet unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
As the vehicle basically loses altitude and alarm klaxons start going off and one of the dots disappears.
Heather closes her eyes, just takes deep breaths, and tries to remember the one time she went on a roller coaster.
What was the threshold for this one, GM?
The threshold for this one was I don't think there was actually a threshold. We're just going to take a look and see what people did.
5. Like everyone did 5.
Yes, everybody got 5 hits, no matter what their dice.
8-ball got 15. We're good.
Yeah, we're all good, man. Don't worry about it.
I mean, just don't question it.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I won't question that now. And then
I got
later on,
two.
when it happens again, you'll have no choice but to be questioned when you actually roll well.
Ooh.
Fine, I got a 2.
There we go.
I got 5.
I have a 1, and I'm proud that I got a 1.
But hey,
Bring on.
I already emptied my stomach, so
It's true, but basically everybody is resisting to stun. So based off of your successes,
Oops.
Ooh.
So one success. So I'm completely new to this. One stun or one success reduces one stun.
correct?
Okay, then I don't have.
Take care.
yay! I'm not stunned.
Fuck stun.
So
I'm too
most
good.
I am.
And so as everybody's taking care of their stun tracks now, you hear the yeah, you suck. You actually hear another servo whine, and then you hear the unmistakable sound of a rotary assault cannon returning fire.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
That is a happy noise.
It is a very happy noise.
I've been hearing that all day.
Frantic's gonna lift up an arm and a fist in a celebratory motion and go, "Fuck yeah! Bring the pain."
8-ball laughs and goes daka 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 daka.
Kostchtchie has his eyes closed, is leaning back, rhythmically tapping his fingers on his armrest, and is humming and is like softly singing a Russian nursery rhyme to himself. 'Cause he's
Heather's
just
not
completely
that
chill.
cool. She's rocking in her seat.
Kostchtchie just gives no fucks about all this.
Jimmy takes the suitcase, places it on the ground, engaging a maglock, engaging a magnetized pull on the bottom of the suitcase, which makes it stick to the fucking floor, and then pops out chewing gum. And that's all he does. Chewing gum, motherfucker.
Okay.
Came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
No, I won't be kicking ass. I'll just be hoping we don't crash anytime soon. Here to chew gum and hope we don't crash.
All right. So after about another 3 seconds, you feel the you feel that the Kostchtchie takes some elevation again as you sink into your seats, and it blasts out of the box canyon. That rotary cannon's still firing, but then the evasive maneuvers stop. And the crew member that's been feeding you the telemetry information sends an AR message saying, whoever sent the spirit, nice shot.
Emma chuckles silently to herself.
And with that, you have a relatively calm flight remaining in a Pico window.
After she sends that message, Frantic's gonna send another message back to her and go like, wasn't me, but fuck yeah, that was awesome.
How many did we kill is what 8-Ball sends back. Or rather, how many did you kill? Not we.
The response is going to come back, 2 technicals, one with both with anti-air missiles.
And he claps. Of course, you can't hear that, of course, but you can see him doing it.
Damn fine. Damn fine.
I got a quick aside question for the GM. Pico Mundo, did you get that name from the Odd Thomas books?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Awesome.
I thought you got it from the salsa.
Salsa.
No, otherwise I would call that Pico de Gallo.
Well, listen, I figured you were being a little bit creative.
A little. I'm not that creative, I'm GM.
Creativity on the Runnerhub? Are you kidding me?
Alright, so, Pico Mundo. It is currently about 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. And all the lights and all the houses are pretty much off at this point as you set off just outside of town. The Banshee lands, the engines go into standby mode. They're not shutting them down. And the crew member stands up, disconnects from the network, actually has the marks removed from your comlink, so you are off the network as well, and opens up the doors and says, all right, everybody out, you're here.
I grab my gear and hurry out.
Emma's quick releases her harness,
I'm gonna look
grabs
at
her pack, and heads out as well because fuck being on this hunko shit.
8-Ball stands up, stretches a little bit after, managing to unbuckle himself somehow, grabs up his bag, and as he's leaving, I would like to leave a certified cred stick with 500 Nuyen on it for the crew as a tip. There you go.
All right.
As Jimmy gets up, he walks over to the lady and says to her, "You got any towels around here? You said we're supposed to clean up our own mess, and I left quite a mess. So we're supposed to. You got towels here, or do we get towels from the base, or am I supposed to have the towels myself?"
She just looks at you, and then bumps the storage locker door onto the bulkhead, and then pulls out a roll of paper towels, shoves them into me.
Jimmy takes them and does his best to clean up his mess, and if everyone left without cleaning up their mess, he cleans up their mess as well. Murmuring like fucking amateurs. We're fucking assholes.
Literally, I keep them 500 Nuyen. That totally makes up for the cleaning job.
No, you gave them as a tip, bitch.
Frantic's just gonna salute the pilot and jump out with all his gear.
Okay.
Yeah, Kostchtchie didn't leave a mess, so he's just like calmly walking straight off, he gives no fucks.
All right. So as everybody steps off with their gear, You look around and see that even the Banshee doesn't have running lights on. Although there is one basically hooded light in a red color that is slowly ambling its way towards you from the town itself. And as it is dark, I'm not sure who has low light. Right now it is clear. You can see the stars, and you can see the light of a waxing crescent, which is, to say, not a lot right now.
I would suppose that at this point Jimmy comes out the craft. What's the noise level, you would say, around here?
Auditory noise is low rumble because of the Thunderbird. Matrix noise is this place sucks.
No. I'm just from Jimmy. You hear a slight mechanical noise every time he moves. But other than that, nothing. Actually, just steps out with all his gear, backpack, sports bag, and gigantic fucking suitcase.
Okay. And once everybody is off the vehicle, the doors will close, and the noise level will rise again as the engines spool up, and it actually takes off, and just that's it.
Jim, how fast does it take off? Just as fast?
It does not do a combat takeoff like it did to you. Like it is a normal, just like dust off, touch off, and like it was a news helicopter or something, and then it just slowly ambles its way out until it's out of sound range, and then you can hear a quick sonic boom as it goes supersonic.
Jimmy looks at it as it's taking off slowly, and just murmurs, "Fucking assholes."
They're alright assholes until you have to deal with them. So, this is our little town that we have to protect, yeah?
Oh, it's
Looks
this
like it.
I'll have
Hey,
no
Paul.
bitching, I'll have you all know.
Uh,
We're gonna do a job and we're going to do it right.
Jimmy begins heading for a place to change immediately.
Well, that would be the darkened buildings of the town and the hooded light coming your way. Anybody who has thermographic vision or low light can make a perception check to see what they see.
I have
demographics.
all that and Zoom.
That's exciting.
Yep, I got
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
demographics and Zoom.
Cat.
And? What?
You and your fancy Zoom.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh wow!
Alright.
I kid, of course. I
Oh
love-
shit! I did that backwards. Didn't I? No, I did it right. Cool.
I paid enough for these eyes.
I see everything.
All
People's
Evis,
eyes explode in light. Everything.
all Evis can hear is the assorted noises of her teammates drowning
Dennis
out
is quite unhappy.
everything.
To look as well. Just fucking really.
Hey, on the
It's on-
plus side, Heather has her golf bag of rifles wrapped up in a blanket. She was taught on her first run about battle rattle.
And so,
Do they have a little golf club thing on the top to make them look like golf clubs?
You know,
By the
We
way,
should
who
add
made
that.
the leadership
That'd be great.
speech a second ago?
that would be Ennis.
Mm-hmm. Would you like for me to roll leadership skill?
8-Ball just kind of gives you a little salute. Says, "Sure thing, boss lady."
okay.
Yeah, Kostchtchie just shrugged, like, whatever.
So I don't know if everybody can actually see this, but
I can.
excellent. So this is what everybody currently sees. That black dot is where the group of you are,
Mhm.
and that red hooded light is actually being carried by a metahuman walking your way, and actually came out of this building right here. Oh god, it's open. I don't know what to do with that.
I'm there for you.
I appreciate it. Internet's it's taking forever to download. There we go.
Emma steps forward and projects her voice through the. Well, rather, she takes her mask off and projects her voice. So, we're the protectees you sent for.
And you'll see the man nod as he's approaching, and he'll get a little bit closer because he doesn't want to yell. And he says, "Yes, that's me. Welcome to Pico Mundo. We have a building set aside for you. Thank you for coming. If you'll please come with me."
Of course.
I'll head along with them, taking off my ballistic mask and looking around at the various places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frantic's gonna
I'll
do
be-
the same because it doesn't really matter if he has his ballistic mask on.
Amos is going to listen for how many people she hears, as well as smelling what their general health is.
Okay.
And you just tell me whenever we get to a
I like
place
how we
where
can
Jimmy can change.
No, the general.
I will do so.
Man, you are just obsessed with what you're wearing.
Not wearing, but you'll know.
He's gotta look fabulous, okay, guys?
I gotta put on my
You know,
blanket,
gonna
man.
He's got to be Metro. Just got to be Metro, man.
I bought this piece of shit. I'm going to fucking wear it whenever the fuck I can.
Amazing.
Oh wow, that is just the
Holy
perfect
crap.
setup for us all to get killed.
Oh, that is cool.
So, and you are all being led. Basically, like, you were being led down Main Street, and he's just kind of muttering, like, yes, you know, we don't have a lot here. We do mostly farming. It's mostly subsistence. But anyway, we've retasked one of the buildings over here for you guys, and you're going to this one right here, the Longhouse.
Thank you.
So, what about this city is so interesting that's got you a crew of bandits with fucking missiles on them
Missiles.
coming after you?
I don't know anything about missiles, but we've had some bandits be kind of interested in maybe some of the mining operations. I don't think we've had much coming out besides tin lately, though.
Do you have mining equipment, like heavy equipment, and people that know how to use it?
Yeah, we've got some, well, not heavy equipment, I guess. The mine has been in the area for hundreds of years, so mostly we go in there by hand. We only have hand equipment, but
Okay.
Jimmy,
So tell me, other than the mine, what else do you do here? If it's drugs, I don't care. I just need to know.
can you give me a
Just
give me a
instant.
leadership check? Roll those leadership dice.
I absolutely will.
Jimmy will so try
it's weird
to.
that you're so good at smelling people.
I've tried to be
It's
on
not weird.
I've tried to be on the same
You have
side
not
as
met
fucking.
Data Hound yet.
Yeah, precisely. I was with Data Hound, fucking 24 dice. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so let me, I've got some rolls backlogged here, so I will go through those. First off, we had the perception on the thing. So most of these buildings here are looking fairly old. They've got the sloped roofs, although some of them have the flat ones. As you hit the town center, right about there, you look down this direction and you can see some flat roofs that would be ideal for, guard locations or sentry locations.
Okay, in specific, I was looking for how, via listen, how many people I can hear, and via smell, because I'm pretty sure they don't have underground plumbing, the general health that they
Okay.
have.
You would be, please note that you can generally hear 2 or 3 people, if not more, in most of these buildings. Just hear the sound of steady breathing as people were asleep. Smell-wise, 1 or 2 of them may have some long-term issues. There's a lot of the smell of tobacco and alcohol, of course.
Okay.
There may be some minor drug use, but health-wise, they're all fairly healthy for the 6th world.
Okay.
Heather would get essentially the same thing on her scent check.
Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure that I'm not smelling like outhouses.
No, you haven't smelled any outhouses yet.
Good, because I want to know that this place at least has electricity.
Right. And then finally the leadership check, which would be the exciting part. And as the man's walking you towards the longhouse, he says, well, like I said, we do some subsistence farming, mostly for our own food. Any resupplies we get from the smuggler's airstrip that we've got just outside of town handles the rest of our supplies.
Jimmy looks at the guy and...
What sort of supplies do you get? And why are you getting supplies?
Well, we take a little bit of everything that comes across. So, we'll get consumer electronics. Occasionally, we'll get some street drugs, weapons. Every so often, nothing really serious. Pretty much anything in exchange for fuel. And then there's the small refining operation that we've got, so we can refuel people.
What do you refine?
Petroleum, mostly. We've got a little bit of an oil well outside of town.
How little are we talking?
Oh, it's enough to keep this active. Out of character, I have no idea what a moderate barrelage per day would be, but he responds with a number that would basically say they can, any vehicle or any Banshee or a hover tank coming in can be refueled with no problems, but it would be enough for any Go gang to have a base of operations out here.
So where is this refinery?
Oh, I'll take you to it in the morning.
Oh, you should take me to it tonight.
And he'll stop, like, right... Yeah, he does. He'll stop, like, right there, and he says, Are you sure? I figured you'd be exhausted. I figured you guys would be traveling all day.
No.
Jimmy...
Emma raises her hand.
Jimmy raises
her
his
hands to her side and kind of stretches back. The night's a wonderful time to do things, don't you agree? So take me.
How cool.
I can sleep in the day.
As right after Emma says that, Jimmy goes, well, I did need a place to change. Where could I just go back to the house designated for us?
Yes, go. Everybody else, if you need to take care of things, go. I just need to see what I need to see.
So,
April follows
With you, by the way.
I will drop equipment and be right back.
So it's their
actually,
house?
Coach.
yep, that's the house.
Okay, Jimmy drops off equipment and changes. Actually, we're about to go to sleep. No, he changes into armor plating.
You might as well just go to sleep, man, because I don't think we're going to wait for you to change into your gear.
No,
I think we're just going.
He sleeps
Yeah,
in his
we're
gear.
just heading out.
He sleeps in the armor suit. Jimmy's high.
Alright, so
So those of us that are not sleeping in their gear head to the refinery.
Oh shit! Fuck. Never mind that roll. That was wrong.
Okay. So, the gentleman in question says his name is Connor.
Yes.
Takes you back here, and then starts heading down this direction, and this is where it opens up. And since you're gonna be in that area,
as we're walking, 8-Ball looks over at Emma's, glances up at the roofs, points and says, zip lines?
Why would you need a zip line?
Get around pretty fast if we're going to defend this place.
Well, if you would like to put up a zip line, have at it. I wouldn't need it, but she looks at you appraisingly and nods her head. Do what you need to do. If you want to put a zip line in, go for it. I won't stop you.
Can I roll small unit tactics to see how, like, what would be the most effective way to place people, by chance?
yes, if you would like to. Your threshold is going to be...
Can I use the urban specialization for this, or would that be not enough?
May I make a quick suggestion? before we make those rolls, I mean, we have a little bit of time before the bandits show up. We could check out this refinery, and then in the morning, check out the entire town, and that might give you a bonus. That's just me suggesting.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Before you go on to anything else, Jimmy will just be taking in the house, sleeping, which means that I'll be going now to take a piss. So you guys have fun for a bit.
All right. So
Yes, no it.
uncouth Shadowrun. All right. So he takes you right by this building, and those with your smell checks, you do smell the telltale scent of
Stench.
petroleum. Yes.
Hydrocarbon? Yes.
Oh, yes, that sweet crude. And so he takes you over the bridge of this dry gulch and over to this shack. And the shack is probably being a little insulting towards it, but it's a moderate-sized building that,
Sorry, this one here?
yes, that one there.
Alright, yeah, I was on another window.
And that would be where they do most of the small-scale refining.
What is this here?
That is basically a dry gulch. There's there used to be water in it, and now there is not.
Perfect.
And the bridge that you go over is large enough to drive a vehicle over. A large vehicle filled with, say, fuel barrels, because that is what is next to the building right here is a truck that's got fuel barrels in it. But it looks like they refine enough fuel. The operation is efficient enough that they can have any vehicle, all vehicles in town filled with fuel, as well as anything that lands at their airstrip.
We're going to need to bring your fuel pass inside the dry gulch area for sure, because if they're going to hit this place, they're probably going to want to grab what they can and run, especially when we start mounting a defense. Do you have people here that hunt?
Well, yeah, we have some hunters, but they're all asleep right now.
I'll speak with them in the morning, but I want to talk with them if I can.
We absolutely should. We should have a town meeting, as it were, come the morn. She
So this
looks to her guy and
gulch
nods
over
her
this
head,
bridge.
as if to cement the idea that this needs to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, we can have a town meeting tomorrow. It'll take me a little time to get everybody together, but I think we can do it.
Good. This isn't going to be an easy operation if we're going to actually defend this town for a fucking week. And Emma shakes her head disgustedly.
8 balls
So-
brings it over to Emmis and kind of gives her a smile and says, "Nah, it's gonna be fun."
My description of fun and yours, different worlds. So, anything else aside from these refineries?
Well, you got the refinery, you've got the airstrip, you've got the fields. We don't do the drug growing thing. We have some people who go out and gather the talisman stuff for magic people, but I don't think it's the season for that right now. But no, that should be it. In the morning, you can take your walk around town, and we'll make sure that we get everybody together for the meeting.
Good.
Thank you.
So, you've said that your town wants our help.
Mhm.
Who in this town wants our help? Why? Assuming that you've been attacked before.
Oh, well, see, everybody's getting kind of concerned, but I guess you can talk to them at the meeting tomorrow. There's one set of people, most of us would these are our homes. We want to stay here. We have a nice little thing going. Nobody bothers us. We've got the people come in every so often, and they refuel for a little bit of cargo or some Nuyen, and we're able to keep this place going just fine. But some of them just, they don't care who's in charge, and if group of go-gangers is going to come and set up shop here, well, it means that they're going to have to defend us, you know? I don't personally agree with it, but that's what some people think, and I guess they're allowed to think that way.
So what you're saying is we have a split community that we're going to have to convince to help us if we're going to defend it. Because according to the men that gave us this job, there's going to be an attack soon. Am I wrong?
No, you're probably not wrong. I'll have you talk with Harold and William tomorrow. They were the ones who heard about it, and they were the ones who informed us, and then I gave my friends a call, and now here you are.
Okay.
Be happy to help you.
Amos stands back resignedly. We'll talk in the morning when you put together your town meeting.
Oh, okay. We'll send someone by to knock on the door when we got a time that everybody's going to be together.
Please do. And be punctual about it. 15 minutes prior, if you could. She gives him a wink. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, well, it'll probably be at the ice cream parlor, so yeah, you can be sure that I'll be there early.
What is this?
As ice cream is mentioned, 8-Ball kind of gives a little chuckle and says, I love this town already.
What is the structure here, GM?
That structure there is, I haven't decided yet. It is a building. And
Oh, so it's that kind of building. That's my favorite
It is a
building.
kind of place that has a roof and walls.
And it might just explode if you get too close to it.
Yeah, you shouldn't go in
I'm trying
it.
to find a church.
You shouldn't go into that building because there'll just be void inside. You'll be stuck in outer space.
Does anybody else think that we should just do this like Blazing Saddles?
I'm trying to
I'm all
see
for
if
it.
I could, if anybody would let me, it'd be great. I'm trying to find a church, if there's one in this whole town.
Where I'm pinging right now,
Uh-huh.
there's what looks to be a cross or something on there, so that's probably the churchiest thing in this area.
I will be heading in that direction.
Okay. Who's next?
I'm gonna go back
Yep.
and have a nap now that we have this established.
Tell me when you get.
There's anything else that
Okay, tell me when you get back, and then I'll tell you something. Like when you're back at the
The
house.
mystery building is the tallest building in town. It is 3 stories tall.
The mystery
Bitch.
building is where I want to go then.
Okay.
But
if
then
it's 3 stories, that's probably the tavern.
anyone who comes back to the place we're staying at sees Jimmy in a matte black suit, armor suit, just laying on his bed with the suit cycling colors, like really dim colors, but you're sure it's cycling the rainbow colors. And that's the entire suit. As he's just
Okay.
laying down. With
As 8-Ball walks in, he looks at that, like kind of like squints, like, oh god, my eyes, walks over and then throws a blanket over you.
No, it's like, it's really
Go
dim,
away.
like, it's so dim that if the light was closed, you wouldn't be able to see me.
So I notice it,
Yeah, you
I
could,
throw a blanket on you.
as you do that, you hear a small, like, robot sound, like, oxygen levels decreasing. Warning in 30 hours. And that's all you hear. Does nothing.
Odd.
8-Ball, as Heather puts that lovely thing in a cooler inside the fridge, says, what you got there?
None of your business.
Holds up his hands defensively, says, "Please, just ask it, lady."
Okay, so we've got. Give me a second here.
I actually have a thing. I know that's really, really specific.
Oh, don't worry,
but
we're dealing
I
with
have
things.
Insomnia Basic.
Uh-huh. Have you spent any edge?
And I'm trying to figure out what. No,
Okay. So, Insomnia Basic,
I'm
when
just
it,
trying.
when it comes up is when you're trying to recover edge or recover vodkas of damage. I'll make you roll that to see if you actually get it.
I think it's in willpower.
Yeah, that was the one stun damage
Ah, yes, the stun
I
damage.
got.
So yes, you would have to, and you said basic, so it'll take you twice the time if you fail your insomnia roll.
Okay. So 2 hours instead of the 1, I believe, right?
Yep.
Because it comes off for every 1 hour, or?
Yes.
Okay. Since I'm sleeping, I think I'm just going to take. I'm gonna buy the 2 hours
Okay.
and just take that because I would have plenty of time.
Question.
But thank you
also
for
has
helping
that.
me deal
Has
with
that.
it.
I don't have anything to recover, so I'm just going to role play it out. He tosses turns, doesn't really get a lot of sleep. Just generally is doing his best not to just stare at his stealing. Listens to some music.
Okay.
Uh,
So the
question.
Go ahead.
How long before you recover edge?
edge is a full night's sleep of 8 hours
And a hot meal.
and a hot meal.
I expect
Or
I'll
a
have.
cold meal, as the case may be.
I'll have that in the morning, so Jimmy sleeps a full 8 hours. Or 10, depending on when
During
the fuck
the
they
night.
wake him up.
Emis, during the night, finds a closet, locks herself in, and hops into the astral.
Okay.
With 9 successes, sensing the area.
Okay. So 9 successes. Alright.
Get
That is
all
enough
the
to see
info.
all the things.
Yes. So all of the things that you see.
Is the town a technomancer?
No, it's not.
Oh shit! It's section level!
Alright, so you see that the town has probably about 45 people in it. And pretty much everybody's inside right now. Their auras are all unmistakably unaugmented.